Into yesterday were power outages, and ours went in and out at my house. Okay, so here we go. Here's our calendar behind me, and the month is, what month are we in? October? No, October. And the day is 30. Does anyone know what number 30 is? Raise your hand. Ooh. Anya? 30. You're right. Can we count to 30 together? Let's count together. We're going to start at 1. And I want you to count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Oh, hey, Russell, or that might be a Power Ranger. Not Russell, Ryan. It may not be Ryan, though. It might just be a Power Ranger. So we're going to follow the... Hey, sweet girl. Hey, Carolyn. Oh, look at you, and you're a ballet dancer. It's going to be perfect for our book that we're going to read in a minute. Okay, so I'm going to follow the calendar column all the way to the top. And what day begins with the whisper sound? Do you know? Raise your hand if you know. Oh, it is Ryan. I'm so glad Ryan's here. Ryan, what day of the week begins with
Friday?
Friday. You're exactly right. Good job, Ryan. I'm glad it's you and not just a Power Ranger. So today is Friday, October the 30th. Let's count how many more days till Halloween. 1 day. Are you so excited? I know in Miss Kate's neighborhood, we're not going to go trick-or-treating, but we have goodie bags for the boys and girls set up on different front porches around the neighborhood. So you have to hunt, kind of like an Easter egg hunt, but for Halloween, and you hunt for your bag. So our Halloween's gonna be a little bit different. Do any of you want to share your plans for Halloween tomorrow? What you're doing? You can raise your hand. If you don't want to, you don't have to. Estelle.
I'm actually not going trick-or-treating tomorrow, but the next day I am because tomorrow's the Halloween parade and I'm going.
Oh, the Halloween parade. Oh, that's neat. Are you going to be in the parade or you're just going to go watch it? Hold on, I can't hear you, sweet girl.
I'm going to be in it.
Ooh, that's neat. Thank you for sharing. Carolyn, unmute your mic.
I'm going to put the candy outside to have the kids to have it.
Wow, that's really nice. So you'll do more of the traditional style. That's neat. Okay, so what I thought I'd do this morning is Miss Emmeline let us borrow a book. At home, we pull, whenever it's the holidays, we like to pull out like all of our Halloween books and put them in a basket. Or when it's Christmas, we pull out all our Christmas and Hanukkah books and put them in a basket. So for Valentine's, we pull out our Valentine books and we put them in a basket. So from her Halloween basket, we chose to bring in this book. It's called Vampirina Ballerina. There's a TV show you might have heard of called Vampirina. Well, they got the idea from the show from this book. most TV shows or movies, they get the inspiration from a book. They get the inspiration or the idea for the movie from the book. So, I'm going to read it to you. And, oh, here comes Elliot. Let's welcome him in, and then we'll read our story. Good morning, Elliot. I'm gonna move my chair a little bit. Baby Yoda. That's my favorite.
Who's Baby Yoda?
Oh, little boy in my class, Elliot. I love it. So cool. So we have Princess Anna, a police officer, a Power Ranger, Baby Yoda, a ballerina, and a ninja today. And then, oh, I forgot to show you mine. Miss Kate's has my ears, and then I have my Mickey Mouse shirt, and I have a cape. And Miss Heckelson is a pirate with her hat and her vest. So everybody's dressed up. And Emmeline, my daughter, she wanted to show you hers. She's Vanellope from Wreck-It Ralph. Okay, so let's get started with our story. Vampirina Ballerina. Written by Anne-Marie Pace. Pictures by Le Lin Frem. I think that's a French name. If you're going to be a ballerina, you have to do more than wear a tutu and dream about dancing. Your first step is finding the right ballet school. I'd suggest an evening class. That means at nighttime. If you're worried about meeting other dancers, bring along a friendly face or two. Look, she brought along her green friend and a kitty cat and a bat. Do they look happy to see a kitty cat and a bat and an ogre? Not really. Don't forget to pin me and make me big so you can see it. But leave your pets at home. They can be distracting. And distractions make Madame very cross. So sometimes a dance teacher in places like France, they're called Madame. That's just what they call them. If you still have cold feet, don't be dismayed. Dancing will warm them right up. Cold feet is just an expression. It means you're nervous. Once class begins, keep your eyes and ears open and your mouth closed. The sight of your fangs might make the other dancers forget the 5th position. Poof! What'd she turn into when she got nervous? A little bat. As you learn, make sure I'm holding the book so you guys can see. As you learn to plie, relieve, and arabesque, be careful not to overshadow the other dancers. Like you, everyone will be trying her best. And a mistake here or there, poof. She got nervous and turned into a bat again. Let's let Peyton in. Is not a reflection on your talent. That means it's okay to make mistakes. But look, they're in front of a mirror and Vampirina can't see her reflection. That's because there's an old saying that vampires can't show their reflection in a mirror. Okay, just follow Madame's instructions and by the end of class, your pirouettes will be practically perfect. Before you leave, pay respect to Madame and a curtsy is customary. But be careful, don't trip on your cape. As Madame says, a true ballerina is always on point. Now her ogre friend's gonna take her home. Whatever happens, don't be discouraged. The road to ballerinadom can be bumpy, but it doesn't matter if you take one giant leap or many tiny steps, as long as you are moving towards your goal. She's practicing and practicing at home. So be sure to stay in tip-top ballerina shape, always drink plenty of water and eat healthy meals. And always get a good day's sleep. Why do they say get a good day's sleep? Do vampires sleep at night or in the day? In the day, yeah. And as Madame says, always move with your head held high. Ooh, look at her house. But most important of all, practice, 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 practice. She's practicing in every room. She's practicing with the ghosts in the attic. She's practicing in the library and down the stairs. She's practicing with her mom in the basement, with the ogre, and up when her daddy's painting. And even with the skeletons and the mummies. Before you know it, it will be time for your debut. You'll need a costume for the big night. They're making her a costume. And when you arrive backstage, you may get a touch of stage fright. Remember that the audience will be just as nervous as you are. Look, they brought a sign. It says, break a leg. Look at her family compared to the other families. They're a little bit different. The music swells and the curtain opens. Emmeline, come hold the other page. I need some help for the other page. And even though it would make your grand jeté more impressive, resist the temptation to turn into a bat. Even without wings, you can leap higher than you think. At the end of the dance, the music will fade, the audience will applaud and shout, bravo! Take a well-earned bow, for you will have become the rarest of creatures. A ballerina. The end. Okay, so I thought it would be fun if we read that book. It looks like we've got most of our friends online. So before we get started with our warm-up, I thought we'd stand and do the pledge and the Colts code. So let's turn our bodies and, well, you don't have to turn your body, but stand up. We're gonna face the flag and say the Pledge of Allegiance. Place your right hand over your heart and we'll say it together. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, you may have a seat. we will do the Colts code. So let's get our C's ready. C, care for others. O, offer kindness and respect. L, love learning. T, think creatively. And S, strive to always do our best. All right. That is our Colts code. Let's take a look at our warm-up for this morning. You can look behind me. Don't forget to pin me to make me big so you can see. It says, good morning. Today is Fantastic Friday. What is the beginning sound that I'm missing? Who could raise their hand and tell me? Today is Fantastic Friday. I'm missing a sound. Let's see. Anya? You're right. Today is Fantastic Friday. Very good. All right. Now, in our box right here, it's asking me to think of some things that begin with the sound. Do any of you know anything that begins with the sound? Ooh, let me see. I see some hands up. Elliot?
Snake.
Snake. Very good. Snake. All right. Anyone else? Peyton. Unmute your mic, sweet girl.
Snail.
Snail. Ooh, that's a really good one. Let's do a snail. Snail. Who else? Ryan?
7.
7. Ooh, very good. That's a number. 7. Let me see. Carolyn?
Snake.
Yep, we said snake. Anya?
Professor Snow Leopard.
Oh, 6. Okay. Oh, and a snow leopard. Ooh, that's a good one. I'm probably going to have a hard time drawing that. Alan, put your toy down. We don't need toys right now. Estelle.
Same.
What is it, sweetie?
Same.
Same. Oh, the word same. Yes, very good. Yes. Okay. Very good. Now we're going to write the letter S. A capital S always goes from top to bottom, the top line to the bottom line. A lowercase s starts at the dotted line, and it's almost like a frontward C and a backward C. A frontward C and a backward C. Okay, look at this picture. Grant, that is a cool costume, Grant. What rhymes with, or what is this picture? Not what rhymes, but what is this picture? Can you unmute your mic and tell me? He might have some technical difficulties. Who can help him out? Let's see. Russell, what is that a picture of?
A picture of a bee.
A bee! We've learned a lot about bees this week, especially a honeybee. What rhymes with bee? Remember, rhyming words have the same ending sound, E. What ends in E that could rhyme with bee? Let's see. Smearty? See, I see that it's a beautiful day. Awesome. Ryan, what rhymes with B?
B.
Me. Me. All right. Anyone else? What rhymes with B? Anya?
D.
D, the letter D. That's good. Peyton? Unmute your mic, sweet girl. I couldn't hear you.
A
He. Awesome. Estelle?
She.
She. Very good. Smearty?
The letter
C. D. C. Let's see what all we have. C, me, D, he, she, C, and B. They're all rhyming words because they have the same ending sound. Okay. Now down here, we're gonna have to count the dots to count how many we have in all. Can you tell me by looking, you'll probably have to pin me to make me big, but how many purple dots do I have right here? They're the 5 group way, so you can take the shortcut counting. How many purple dots? Raise your hand. Ryan? Not 1 for the purple. There's 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 8 purple, and then we can go over and count 1 more. What's 1 more than 8? What's 1 more than 8? Elliot? What's 1 more than 8?
9.
9. Awesome. So now I draw 9 dots. So 8 and 1 equal 9. Awesome job, friends. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. Miss Kate has got for us a pumpkin. I'm gonna rearrange my camera a little bit so you can see. So I'm gonna move some things around. So that you can see our pumpkin.
To lay it on top of the cookie sheet.
I could. Let me move my screen. Do you guys see the pumpkin? Do you see it? Yeah? Okay, so I've got a pumpkin here, and we also have a knife and a spoon. Now, before I get started, should you ever do this without an adult? Should you do this without an adult? No. Why? Who can tell me why? By raising your hand. Why should you never do this without an adult? Let's see. Peyton, why shouldn't you do this without an adult?
Because it can be dangerous.
It can be dangerous. You're exactly right. It can be very dangerous because you're using a knife. So, the first step in carving a pumpkin is to grab an adult and ask them to cut around the stem. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. with our knife. So I've got a very sharp knife, but I am an adult. So I'm going to carefully open our pumpkin, or cut open our pumpkin and cut around. And in a second, after I finish cutting it, we're gonna vote on the face. But don't ask me to do a Olaf face or something. I'm not that talented, but I'll try my best. Okay, so now I need to carefully lay my knife down and kind of wiggle the stem of the pumpkin to try to open it. And I'm gonna go back through where I've already cut just to make sure that everything's cut all the way through. Step back, you're too close. Hold on, I'll get it. This is gonna take me a minute. There. Now. What is it? It's this. Seeds. Okay, so a pumpkin is a fruit. It's a fruit. This is the outside of the fruit, the shell that holds the seeds. There's also, do you know what this stringy, slimy stuff is called? This stringy, slimy stuff is called pulp. Can you say pulp? It's the fleshy part of the pumpkin that you can eat. You might use it to make banana bread, what am I saying? Pumpkin bread, pumpkin pie. Lots of different things are made with the fleshy part. That's the part you eat. You do not eat the shell, but you eat the fleshy part. You can also take the pumpkin seed and clean them off and bake them and eat them later too. Pumpkin seeds are yummy and delicious. I usually take them and I put it in a bowl and I rinse my bowl. I rinse off the pulp from the pumpkin seeds and I spread them out on a cookie sheet and I put a little bit of olive oil and a little bit of salt and I bake it and it is yummy, yummy, yummy. If we were in the classroom, I would try to bake some for you. Okay, so now I'm gonna take my spoon and I'm going to try, actually, you know what? I think this spoon will be better. I'm going to try to scoop out the inside of my pumpkin. So I'm scooping out, I have to kind of scrape the sides to get all that yucky, well, it's not yucky because you can use it to make yummy things, but to get all the stringy pulp off. I just scrape the side of it. And I scrape all the pumpkin seeds off of the side. Why do you think I want to scrape the pulp off of my pumpkin? Who thinks they can raise their hand and tell me? Why would I want to do that? Why am I scraping the pulp and the seeds out of the pumpkin? Let's see. Peyton, why do you think I'm doing this? Unmute your mic, sweet girl.
You might put a candle inside.
You could put a candle or, and if there's all this stuff, the candle, you wouldn't be able to fit it because of all of this. Another thing, instead of using a candle that we like to do at my house, and it's a little bit safer, is a glow stick. Sometimes we put a glow stick inside, and you can pick different colors. Like you might put a purple glow stick, or a orange glow stick, or a green glow stick, whatever your favorite color is, glow stick, you can put inside. Elliot, did you have a question?
The seeds fell out.
Huh?
The two seeds fell out.
Yeah, I know. They're falling everywhere. It's kind of messy. Is this a messy activity? Yeah. Raise your hand if you guys have carved a pumpkin yet at home. Have any of you carved one at home yet? Ooh, Anya has. Maybe Grant. Anya, what did you carve your pumpkin as?
A scary face that my brother picked.
Ooh. Grant, what did you carve your pumpkin as?
Your first word is short.
We got the pumpkin at home.
Yeah, what did you carve him into? What did you make? Was it just a face, like a scary face, or?
Yeah, it was like a scary face.
Okay. Well, we're gonna do that too. We're getting ready to vote and carve here. Thank you, Emmeline. Give me one more. Emmeline's giving me a napkin because my hands are icky. But that's okay, it wipes off. And I'm just pulling out all the seeds and all the pulp. And I'm gonna show that to you in a second. Okay, let me wipe my hands off and I'm gonna show you what the inside of an ooey gooey pumpkin looks like. Can you go get me a dry paper towel? So I will move this
A second.
and show you, to get it off my hands, the inside of an ooey gooey pumpkin. And then I can take all those seeds, instead of throwing them away, I can bake them and eat them. Or I could plant a few and maybe see if next year a pumpkin plant grows. Okay, so I'm gonna put my pumpkin, he's hollowed out. See how he's empty now? I'm gonna put him here, and behind me, I'm gonna fix my camera again, and we're gonna vote on how we want our pumpkin to look. So, let's look at the board, and Miss Kate's is gonna draw. Here are your choices. Number 1, our pumpkin can look like this. Don't forget to pin me to make me big. Can you see it? Can you see it? You can't see it? Let me draw it a little bit bigger. Is that better to see? Okay. Number 2, our pumpkin could look like this. So we'll put number 1, number 2, and he can have some missing teeth. Like that. Or number 3, I'll do number 3 over here. We'll make eyes like this, nose like this, mouth like this. So, we're gonna vote. Let me see. Number 1. If you want number 1 that looks like this, raise your hand. If you want number 1. Okay, I see a few people with their hands raised. Number 2, if you want a jack-o'-lantern that looks like this, raise your hand. All right, or number 3. Okay, it looks like number 2 had the most votes. So I'm gonna try to do number 2. Number 2 right here. So the way I'm gonna do this is I'm gonna take a marker, draw it on my pumpkin, and then we'll see. So I'll turn the camera back to our pumpkin. And Miss Kate's is gonna try to draw it.
I did not like I broke my arm. I know it hurts, baby.
So
I did
you
not.
guys can see. I'll draw it and then I'll turn it around. I might need a maybe use this marker. Here's a darker marker.
I'll make it last over, okay?
But you might not be in.
Let's keep our microphones muted. Let's make sure we do that. And then his mouth. The mouth is going to be the hardest part for me to carve, but I will do my best. Okay, you see our jack-o'-lantern's face? Whoops, hold on. You see it? Okay, now I'm gonna take my knife and carve it. So a part that you could help with at home would be drawing the face. Could you help with carving it? No, you don't want to help with carving it because once again, we're using a knife to carve. So that's why we don't want to help with carving it. Move from behind me so I don't hit you. This pumpkin shell is like really tough. It's a little tougher than the one I did at my house the other day. I'll turn it around and show you once I cut the nose. Okay, I'll show you what I've done so far. See him? His eyes. Oh. And his nose. Now I'm gonna do his mouth. That part's gonna be a little bit harder. Okay. Okay, let's take a look. You see him? Ah, he sticks his tongue out. So, that's our jack-o'-lantern. Then you can get your lid back out and place the lid on his head. If I can puzzle piece it to fit back. Have to figure out how I had it. But then his hat can get back on. All right, friends. Thank you for joining me this morning. We have a little bit of time. I'm going to see some of you in small group. But thank you for coming in, and I will see you in just a little bit. Bye-bye.
Bye. Miss Kate.